Back here inside Marlins Park, Kevin McAlpin with 680 The Fan and the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. We're getting you set for game number 2 between the Braves and the Fish coming up tonight at 7:10 p.m. Eastern. The roof is closed. It is nice and comfortable here inside the ballpark in South Florida. The Braves enter play tonight 68-49. The lead over the Nationals is 5.5. The lead over the Phillies and now the New York Mets is 8 here in the NL East standings. And of course, the Nationals and Mets starting up a big-time series at Citi Field tonight. New York's been red hot. They've won 13 out of their last 14 ball games, and of course, the Nationals have been one of the hotter teams in baseball over the last 2 months. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on what transpires at Citi Field here this weekend. Meanwhile, the Marlins are 43-71. They enter play tonight dead last in the NL East. They have won 3 of their last 13 head-to-head games against the Braves, and they took Game 1 last night in convincing fashion in a game that, let's be honest, not a whole lot went right for the visitors here in Miami last night. Dallas Keuchel, a tough night for him last night, responsible for 8 earned runs in just 3 2/3 innings. He also gave up 3 homers, including back-to-back shots in the first inning. Marlins jumped out to a 3-0 lead. They would not look back last night. A tip of the cap to Jeremy Walker, who covered 3 1/3 innings out of the Braves bullpen. He gave up 1 run, but on a night where Keuchel struggled, the cutter wasn't there. They needed somebody to step up and cover some innings and not burn the bullpen in Game 1. So Jeremy Walker certainly provided a big spark and a chance to lay off a number of guys in that pen last night. Dansby Swanson, we got an update on him yesterday from Alex Anthopoulos, who is here in Miami, and I quote, Dansby is not close to being ready to return. The last we heard, it's probably going to be about another week or so until he's able to ramp things back up again. He just needs time for that right heel to get better and to improve. So we're still a ways out from having Dansby Swanson return to the Braves lineup, which is unfortunate because when the initial injury happened, we thought it was only going to be 10 days to 2 weeks, and now this thing continues to drag out. And again, Alex saying he's not close to being ready to come off the injured list. Let's talk about another banged-up Brave, Austin Riley, who is still here with the team in Miami. Team doctors actually came down here to South Florida to check up on Austin Riley. What we do know is it's a partial tear of his LCL, and he's going to be seeing Dr. James Andrews for a second opinion. That's coming up on Monday. So I think we'll have a better idea. Certainly don't want to speculate as far as severity, as far as timeline go. We will just have a better idea come Tuesday when the team returns home to take on the Mets at SunTrust Park. But not encouraging news when you hear partial tear of the LCL for Austin Riley. So, of course, he is on the injured list for the foreseeable future. The one bright spot in last night's ballgame, Ronald Acuna Jr., a solo homer, number 30 for him on the season. He is now 4 stolen bases shy of joining the 30-30 club. He will become just the 4th member of the Braves to do so, joining Hank Aaron, Dale Murphy, and Ron Gant. So 4 more stolen bases, and as I joked with Grant McCauley on Braves Wrap-Up last night, he may do that tonight. Who knows? Might want to tune in to find out, to see what Ronald Acuna Jr. has in store for the Marlins here tonight. Julio Teheran gets the ball for the Braves in game number 2. The 28-year-old right-hander making his 25th start of the season. He's 6-7 with a .346 earned run average, but the win-loss record does not tell the whole story for Julio Teheran, who's been the victim of not a whole lot of run support here in 2019. He's allowed 1 earned or none in 13 of his 24 starts on the season, 3 earned or fewer in 19 of 24 starts, and he's making his 24th career start against the Miami Marlins, fourth start in 2019. He has tossed 18 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, no runs, 5 walks, and 15 strikeouts in 3 previous starts against Miami this season. Meanwhile, it'll be the 28-year-old southpaw Caleb Smith on the mound for the Marlins here tonight in game number 2. He's 7-5 with a .335 earned run average in 18 starts for the Fish here in 2019. He's allowed 3 earned or fewer in 15 of those 18 starts. So the Braves offense, they've hit lefties well, but they'll have their work cut out for him here tonight against Caleb Smith, who's been pretty darn good. Been one of the bright spots for the Miami Marlins here in 2019. Couple of matchups to keep an eye on tonight in the ballgame. Ronald Acuna Jr., 1 for 8 lifetime with a homer against Caleb Smith. Ozzie Albies, 3 for 9 with a couple of doubles. And Freddie Freeman, as I mentioned, hits the lefties well. He's 4 for 9 with 1 career homer against Caleb Smith. Jim Powell and Joe Simpson, they'll have the call for you right here on 680 The Fan and the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. It's game number 2 as the Braves look to shake off a tough night for them here in game 1. They give the ball to Julio Teheran while the Marlins counter with Caleb Smith. First pitch here from South Florida is set for 7:10 p.m. Eastern.